which is why we bring in Andy Lipow, former oil trader, who is a little bit better at answering questions more honestly than the CEOs of the Big Four. Good to see you. We appreciate it. Is there anything that those CEOs reasonably can do?
Well, there isn't. I mean, the United States is connected to the global oil market. We import crude oil and refined products into the East and West Coast. We import a huge amount of crude oil into the Midwest and Rocky Mountains. And off the Gulf Coast, where we have excess crude oil, we're exporting that as well as refined products to other places in the world that need it.
What I can't get around, I think this is what Congress gets around as well, is, you rob a bank because that's where the money is. If you want more oil, you ask the oil companies, pump more oil out. How does that not work at high prices that they can't supply more?
Well, I think the issue is one of perception, because Congress and the public think that when we drill for oil, it's like Federal Express overnight delivery, where it's really more like the Wells Fargo stagecoach. It's slow and steady. More money is being spent to drill. And in fact, the Energy Information Administration has shown even this week that oil production is up another 100,000 barrels a day after a few weeks ago being up an equal amount. We're on track to produce a record amount of oil in 2023, but the public and Congress wants it tomorrow.
Well, and obviously the President of the United States wants it tomorrow, because you got the midterms in November of 2022. Economics and oil drilling don't necessarily work on the same time frame as politics. This is one of the Democratic representatives talking about what he wants to do to the oil companies.
There is overwhelming support, 80% of Americans, for a windfall profits tax. And I want to tell you that I am planning to upgrade my COVID Price Gouging Prevention Act to make sure that it extends beyond the COVID crisis.
Does that scare anybody in the oil industry?
Well, sure, because we had a windfall profits tax back in the 1980s, which was ultimately repealed, I think, in 1987, and we saw exploration really stagnate. So those type of things, they may be feel-good measures for some governors, but I think that they don't realize that the retail price of gasoline is not set by the oil companies with whom that they were complaining and filing grievances with today, but by many of the retail service station owners.
And the retail service station owners may eventually get hit in this. CNBC poll, what you've cut back on: 53% dining, 39% driving, 35% monthly subscriptions, 32% brand name products. You'd think that that's going to start going up at some point. What is the tie-in for the oil industry between this fear of inflation that's going to start a recession versus, hey, gee, oil's expensive right now, we can cash in by pumping more?
Well, they are pumping more, but, to be clear, the reason that oil prices are rising in the last 6 weeks is because of Russia's invasion of the Ukraine and the financial sanctions that have been imposed on individuals and financial institutions is forcing refiners to shy away from the purchase of Russian oil. We have a ban that's being imposed here in the United States. Yeah. And as these things happen, what we're seeing is many refiners not buying Russian oil and looking for alternatives, and it's those alternatives that are in short supply.
All right. And and obviously the people who are willing to buy Russian oil get a huge deal on it, $20, $30 a barrel less per barrel, because they're buying really blood oil, for lack of a better term. Andy, it was good to see you. Thank you.
Thank you very much for having me.
Thanks for watching. Click the red subscribe button below so you can get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.